Hi everyone, myself Umair, and this is going to be the first video on my YouTube channel. This video is about the selection process of Christ University Bangalore for MBA specifically. So in February I had appeared for their selection process of phase 1, and I'm happy to share that I have converted Christ University Central Campus MBA for the batch of 2025 and 27. So I just thought of sharing you my experience, how the interview was conducted and everything, like my entire day will be shared in this video, and it is going to be a detailed video of maybe 20 to 25 minutes. So I would recommend you guys to watch this video on 1.5x. So let's directly start with how the day started. So my slot was at 8:15 a.m. in the morning. One thing I would suggest you guys to be there on time, because Christ University is very punctual and strict about their timings. So don't take chance. For the people who will be traveling to Bangalore for their selection process, I'll tell you guys, Bangalore's traffic is very unpredictable. So if you're looking for accommodation, just check for the accommodation within 1, 2 or maximum 3 kilometers in the radius of the campus. Don't go beyond that, because as I said, Bangalore's traffic you cannot expect or you cannot predict anything. So don't just take chance, because this is the first ever your interaction with the university. To start with, before our micro presentation and group discussion, they took us to their auditorium. They have massive auditorium, very big auditorium, and the entire batch of 8:15 a.m. was taken to their auditorium for the introduction session. So they showed a lot of introductory videos, like what are the key benefits of what they have to offer in their MBA program, what are the events that are happening inside the campus, what are the co-curricular activities, events, extracurricular activities that Christ offer to their students. Everything was explained to us within 30 to 40 minutes, and right after that the groups were made and they took us to our respective classes for our group discussion and micro presentation. As you all must be aware, that micro presentation and group discussion is very important part of the selection process. So let's directly discuss how was my experience of micro presentation and group discussion. Okay, so as I told you that for the micro presentation and for GD, they made a group of 10 to 12 people, and we were asked to sit in the semicircle. And they conducted micro presentation before group discussion. For micro presentation, the first person who was seated on the respective chair was given 90 seconds to prepare for the topic assigned to them. So a lot of you must be thinking, how are the topics assigned? First thing, you will not get to choose your topic. Second thing, there is no cheat system that you'll have to pick a cheat and then the topic will be assigned to you. No, there are two panelists sitting in front of you, and they will assign you the topic randomly, and you will be given 90 seconds to prepare for it and 90 seconds to present it. So the first person was given a topic, and she was given a time of 90 seconds to prepare for it. And meanwhile she was presenting or she was speaking on the topic, the other person, the second person, started preparing for it. He or she was given the time to prepare for it. And ये कुछ 30 to 40 minutes तक चला. 30 to 40 minutes everyone finished their micro presentation. Now I'll tell you what was my topic. So the topic assigned to me was the effect of entrepreneurship on our Indian economy. और ये मेरे लिए बहुत ही अच्छा topic था, since I watched Shark Tank India a lot. I've watched all 4 seasons of Shark Tank India, so I was very happy when I got this topic, and I was very fluent also while speaking. You have to be loud enough. So I'll tell you what are the things that helped me in which have helped me in my micro presentation. One is your body gesture, your hand gesture. Second is your voice. I was loud enough. And the most important thing, I saw a lot of students, they didn't conclude their micro presentation. Like the panelists had to ring a warning bell to stop them. This is not something that you have to do, because micro presentation is the very first step of your selection process, so you cannot make any mistakes. So you are given 90 seconds to prepare for it. Make sure to conclude your micro presentation, and I was the only one who concluded micro presentation. Second thing, while speaking, you just don't keep looking at one person. You have to make eye contact with the panelist, with the other candidates that are there, and you have to engage them in your micro presentation. They should not be distracted. So these are some of the things that helped me in my micro presentation. And right after that, our group discussion was conducted. Now let's move on to the group discussion, how it was conducted, what was the topic allotted to us, what was the time that was allotted to us. So let's get into the group discussion. So moving on to the group discussion. For the group discussion, we were given 5 minutes to prepare, jot down our points on a paper. They gave us the paper and the pen. We were given 5 minutes to prepare for it, and the topic which was allotted to us, it was a debatable topic, and the topic was work-life balance or higher salary. So it was a very good topic to discuss on, because a lot of candidates were on the other side and I was on the other side, and some candidates were also on the neutral side. So जब आपको एक ग्रुप डिस्कशन के टाइम पे एक डिबेटेबल टॉपिक मिलता है, तो द डिस्कशन एज अ ग्रुप बिकम्स वेरी प्रेजेंटेबल. सो आई हैड वन थिंग इन माई माइंड दैट आई विल स्टार्ट द कॉन्वर्जेशन. बिकॉज क्या होता है ना, जब आप कॉन्वर्जेशन स्टार्ट करते हो, सो यू आर इन्वॉल्व इन द कॉन्वर्जेशन फ्रॉम द बिगिनिंग ऑफ इट. सो यू कीप योर पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. Any topic which is given to you, you start the conversation. So the person who will speak next to you will either give you a follow up, or will contradict your point. So from the start only you are involved in the discussion and everything, so it creates a good impression. So make sure to start the conversation. But unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to start the conversation, because the moment the panelists rang the bell, everyone started speaking. So I had to give the other girl a chance to speak. So she made her point, and I got 3 slots to speak. I got only 3 opportunities to speak, but I gave my own example, because I have some work experience, so I gave my own example, and I didn't speak much. I allowed other people also to speak, and this also impacts your group discussion, your performance in your group discussion. So when I realized that I didn't get an opportunity to start, I made my mind that anyhow I'll try to conclude the group discussion. So when the warning bell was rang and panelists said you have 1 minute to conclude your group discussion, I took the opportunity to conclude the group discussion, and I'll tell you what I did for concluding. So while concluding the group discussion, you have to conclude the group discussion as a group. So you have to keep in mind everyone's point of view and then conclude the group discussion. So you cannot be on one side of the discussion. You have to give a brief idea of it, and you have to be on the neutral side. So I think I did a great job over there. I didn't get to start the group discussion, I didn't get to start the conversation, but somehow I managed to get to the conclusion of it. So whenever you are preparing for it, aim to either start the group discussion or conclude the group discussion. Now I'll tell you what are the things that you should not be doing in the group discussion. As I said, it is a GD, it is a group discussion, it is not a debate. So while you are putting your point forward, you have to be, let's say XYZ candidate, he or she have put some his or her point of view in front of you, and you want to contradict their point or oppose their point. You have to be very humble, very polite enough while contradicting. You cannot stop them while they are speaking. This is one point. And one more point that you can keep in mind, that when you start speaking and let's say some other person also started speaking, so allow him or her to speak first, and then you can speak. This also creates a good impression in your group discussion, because this is not a debate. You don't have to win over someone. You just have to create a scenario wherein panelists should like the conversation. Panelists should like whatever points you are putting forward. Maybe it is 1, 2, 3 and anything, but you have to be very sensible while putting your point forward, and don't fight for getting a chance. Don't fight for the slot. This is one thing that that you have to keep in mind. And rest other things, for group discussion you don't need any preparation. For micro presentation, obviously you guys have 77 topics to prepare for, so just prepare well for all those 77 topics, and be confident enough to speak in front of 10-12 people in your group discussion. So this conclude your first step, like first half of your selection process, which is micro presentation and group discussion. After that, you will be given a break, some snacks break you will be given. And what I did was, I was not seated over there. I went to the food court. I had some food over there because I didn't eat anything because of the nervousness at that time. So I went to the food court. I had some conversation with the other candidates also over there. And right after that, we had to head towards one classroom for our written ability test. Written ability test I'll conclude in 1 minute only, because it is nothing, there's no rocket science in it. So for your written ability test, you will be given 20 minutes of time and 3 topics to write. So there are, I'll tell you what were my 3 topics. One is, what are the qualities of good manager? Second, effects of deforestation on our earth. Third topic was how your masters or higher studies will help you in your career. One thing that you have to keep in mind is that you will get only 20 minutes to fill 3 sheets, and sometimes it becomes difficult when you get a topic which you are not very comfortable of. So just don't get distracted while writing. Keep on writing, write good points on it with a good handwriting. And yes, there is no preparation that you have to do for written ability test. Now let's move on to the most important part of this video, and the most important part of your entire selection process, because personal interview is something which can either make it or break it, as you all know. So I'll tell you how was my personal interview in this section. So moving on to personal interview, as I said, personal interview is very important for your selection process. For our personal interview, after our written ability test, we had to wait for 30 to 40 minutes before our personal interview, and then finally one by one every candidate or student was taken inside for their personal interview. And when I went inside, there were 2 panelists, one lady panelist and one male panelist was sitting in front of me. And I don't know, it is just a guess. Every interview that I have answered, there are only 2 panelists, and one always asks you about your casual things, like they'll ask you why you want to move out of your city or of your town, and the other one sitting next to him or her will always ask you technical questions like why MBA, tell us something about your work experience, why Christ. These are some of the technical questions that they will ask. So when I entered the room, I was asked some typical questions. See, there are some fixed questions that you prepare for it. Like one common question is, tell us something about yourself. So I would suggest you to prepare well for this question, because you are talking about yourself, your life. So you have to tell them something that you are very good at. It cannot be just like that. I was born here, then I went to this school, then I went to that school, then I joined this college. This is not something that they are expecting. So list down a lot of things that you have done good in your academics, co-curriculars and extracurriculars, and you have to summarize it well. Keep it short, but you have to show them that you are a very good fit for their college, for them. This is one. And there are some typical questions that you must be aware of. One is, tell us something about yourself, why MBA, why Christ, why are you resigning, then how MBA will help you to grow in your career. These are some of the typical questions, so please prepare well for them. But because everyone knows that these are some of the common questions, so if you fumble in these questions, in these starting or beginning questions, then I think that is not something which will be beneficial for you. So now I'll tell you my interview experience, but before that I'll just give you one pro tip. While answering the question, tell us something about yourself. You have to end the answer with something that you are very good at. I'll give you an example. I had decided in my mind that for this question, I will not end my answer with my academics, like with my graduation, because I knew that the follow-up question that they will ask will be related to my graduation, will be related to subjects of, like I have done BBA, general BBA, so I had subjects of finance, HR. I'm good at marketing, but if they would have asked me questions related to finance, I would have fumbled. So what I decided was I'll end the answer with my work experience. I'll tell them about what company I work for, what is my role, what are the good things that I have done for them, what are my achievements, so that I can expect a follow-up question on my company. And since I have worked in the B2B sales of one company, like I was looking after Goa's business for that company, and being a salesperson, I am very fluent at what my company does, what are the products that we offer, what are the benefits that you will get after getting onboarded. See, because this is my daily routine job. I meet clients every day. I give them brief about our company. So I was very confident that if I get a follow-up question on my company, on my work experience, I'll be able to explain them and answer them very fluently. And luckily, everything went as planned. I concluded the first answer with my work experience, and they asked me about the revenue model of my company. I was aware of the revenue model. Then they asked me what is the margin on one digital service that we provide, and how is the margin fixed. I knew that also I answered. Then he asked me what are the achievements that you like, what good you have done for the company, what was the reason why they hired you. So these are some of the questions that they asked me. I'll tell you, almost 80% of my entire interview was related to my company only and my work experience only. So if you are a fresher and you don't have your work experience, just prepare well, like revise your undergraduation subjects. If you are a marketing subjects, economic subjects, just make sure to prepare some basic things about your subjects, majors and minors. One big blunder that I made during my interview, which would have become the reason for my rejection. So what happens is, when your interview is going good as planned, you get overexcited, and out of that overexcitement, sometimes you lose that track, and you are tend to make blunders like what I did. And sometimes when your interview is not going as planned, out of nervousness you start giving some answers that are not expected or that you should not be giving. What blunder I made was, they asked me a simple question: what are some takeaways from your work experience, like the work experience of 1 year, what are the things that you have learned? So I started answering this question by saying that I have learned in this 1 year of work experience, I have learned more than what I have learned in my entire education. So sitting in an education institute, I gave them such an answer which they were also shocked, and they said, why are you saying like this, and if this is your perspective, then why do you want to study further? Just continue your jobs, continue working, you'll learn even more than what you have learned till now. Why are you opting for MBA? Why are you investing a lot of money, putting in a lot of money? You'll be wasting your 2 years. Everything they started saying, and I realized my mistake then and there, but I was able to cover it up later on. So I first of all, I apologized. You have to be yourself during an interview. If you realize that you have made a mistake, just apologize and tell them that, okay sir, sorry for my words, but this is not something that I wanted to tell. My intention, I was trying to explain so and so things. Then you have to cover it then and there. So with this question my interview ended, and because of this one question I couldn't sleep for 2 days because I thought my interview I ended up my interview on a bad note. So yeah, that was my interview process. So to conclude the video, I'll in this next section, which is summary and key points, I'll tell you what are the things that are most important that a candidate is tend to neglect these things, but these things are very important, and these things will help you stand out in front of other candidates. Because when I was there for my selection process, there were more than 700. I think this is just a cold guess. I think there were more than 700 or 6 to 700 students. So if you want to stand out in front of those students, you need to follow some things, you need to keep in mind some things, and these things are very important for you. So in this next section I'll summarize within 2 minutes, and this, don't miss this section, this is very important. So yeah, let's move on to that. Here are some key points or key takeaways from the video. First things first, be on time, be well dressed, dress formally, then groom yourself properly, and if in case you are nervous, then don't show your nervousness on your face. Then moving on to your micro presentation, first things first, be loud enough, use hand gestures, present some good points, and the fourth and the most important thing is conclude your micro presentation. Don't wait for the panelists to stop you or ring a warning bell for you to stop. This is one thing that a lot of people miss, but please do not take chance on this, because as I said, micro presentation is the first step of your selection process. Moving on to group discussion, one thing that the time that is given to you, make sure to write some good points in that, jot down some good points in that, so that you can speak a lot of things. Second thing, try to start the conversation. If you don't get to start the conversation, give your best to conclude the conversation. Fourth, don't start fighting or don't start debating, because it is not a debate. One thing I have kept telling you is, this is not a debate, this is a discussion. As a group, you have to cooperate, you have to be collaborative, include everyone, don't fight for the slot, take your time, take your slot. Just speak for 3 to 4 times. You don't have to speak for 10, 12 times to stand out. Just speak for 3 to 4 times and you will be good to go. After that, for written ability test, there's nothing like that. Just focused on writing as much as possible, because filling 3 sheets in just 20 minutes is not easy for some people, because obviously you'll be tired also, you'll be a bit nervous also for your interview, because right after that you'll be taken to your interview. So don't waste your time, don't get distracted, don't be nervous during that time, because that is also an important section. And then coming to your final step, which is personal interview. One thing is, as I told you, that prepare well for those typical questions that every interviewer or every panelist will ask you. Prepare well for that. Second thing, don't get over nervous or over excited during your interview. Third and the most important thing, while answering your question, tell us something about yourself. End your answer with a topic that you are very confident at. Like if in case they ask you a follow-up question on that, you'll be able to answer it, or you'll be able to crack it very well. So try to end your first answer on that point, so that your entire interview should shift on one particular topic that you are good at. And then these are some of the things that you have to do, and trust me, it is not very difficult. You'll be able to crack it. Just keep your calm at place. And as I told you, I have already converted it, and I'm planning to move to Bangalore, and I'll be going there by mid-May, and I'll be on this YouTube channel. This is my first video, and this is my from here I'll start uploading videos related to Christ University, related to life of a student in Bangalore, I'll be living in PG, so I'll start posting about PGs also, and everything will be shared. Like for example, if I have to tell you, study content, lifestyle content, life at life in Bangalore, life of a student in life of an MBA student in Bangalore. These are some of the topics and that I'll be posting on my YouTube channel. So please subscribe it. Give me hit a like button, and once you get through your interview and selection process, please drop a comment on this particular video and tell me how it went. And if in case you are able, like I am hoping that everyone who is watching my video should be able to convert Christ University MBA Central Campus, and after converting, just drop a comment whether I should make a video on admission process also. Like you'll get your confirmation mail whether you are selected, waitlisted or rejected within 2 to 3 days. And like what will happen after that if you want to know, because I have already gone through that phase. So if you want to know what happens after that, how they take your fees, what is the admission process, whether you have to visit Bangalore again or not, everything, I'll make a dedicated video on that also. So please don't forget to drop a comment, and please hit a like button and subscribe to my channel, sorry.